Let's be real. You don't have a procrastination problem. You have a decision problem. Because every single time you say you'll do something, you hesitate. And that tiny hesitation, that's the crack where your brain sneaks in excuses. Suddenly, scrolling feels urgent. Eating feels necessary. Even reorganizing your desktop feels like mission critical. But here's the thing. The longer you hesitate, the louder your brain gets. And you know what it's saying? Not now. Later. Tomorrow. Someday. Well, newsflash. Tomorrow isn't coming. And no, I'm not trying to be poetic here. I mean literally. You've been saying tomorrow since 2020, and last I checked, you're still exactly where you were. So today, I'm handing you a weapon. One rule, the 3-second rule. And once you use it, procrastination doesn't stand a chance. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, oh great, another productivity hack, hear me out. This isn't about fancy planners or apps with neon reminders that you'll mute after 3 days. This is primal. It's stupidly simple. It's the kind of thing that makes you go, wait, that's it? Yeah, that's it. Here's the rule. The moment you think of something you need to do, you move. You've got 3 seconds. Not 4, not 10, 3. Why? Because your brain is wired to kill discomfort. And action, even tiny action, is uncomfortable. So you give it no chance to argue. Thought, I should send that email. Stand up, open your laptop, type the first word. Boom, you're in motion. No space for debate.
Now, let me address the obvious. You've tried other tricks, right? You've set alarms, downloaded 20 productivity apps, watched motivational TikToks at 3 a.m. None of it worked. Because tools don't change you, systems do. And this 3-second thing, it's a system disguised as a dare. Think of it like jumping into a cold shower. If you stand there overthinking, oh, it's too cold, maybe later, maybe I'll just wash my hair in the sink, you'll never do it. But if you count down 3, 2, 1, and just step in, you bypass the hesitation. Same thing here. But let's dig into why this matters. Every time you procrastinate, you teach your brain that comfort is king. And guess what? Your brain listens. That's why it feels impossible to start a simple task. You've conditioned yourself to delay. But when you use the 3-second rule, you flip the script. You teach your brain, nope, action is default. And once you practice this enough, starting becomes easier than stopping. That's when you become dangerous. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, cool, but does it really work? Yes, because you've already experienced it. Think about the times you just did something without thinking, sending a risky text, saying yes to an opportunity, even blurting out a joke that killed in class. Those weren't calculated. They were split-second moves and they changed the game. Meanwhile, the stuff you hesitated on, still sitting in your notes app, still haunting your to-do list, still collecting digital dust in your brain. So yeah, it works. The only difference now is you're gonna do it on purpose. Here's how you actually apply it. Microtasks. Got laundry? Don't plan laundry. See it, count 3, start it. Work. That boring report? Open the doc before you even sigh. Fitness. Shoes by the bed. Alarm goes off. 3 seconds, put them on. Don't even think about it. Every time you do this, you stack wins. And wins build momentum. But here's the catch. Procrastination isn't just about laziness. It's fear in disguise. You're not putting off the gym because it's hard. You're scared of sucking. You're not delaying the project because it's long. You're scared of failing. You're not ignoring that text because you're busy. You're scared of rejection. Fear hides under the mask of later. And the 3-second rule? It slices through that mask. It forces you to move before fear has time to grab the mic, which means every single time you act in 3 seconds, you're not just fighting procrastination, you're fighting fear itself. Let's get real for a second. You've wasted years waiting, years convincing yourself you'll start when the time is right. Spoiler, the time will never be right. You'll always be too busy, too tired, too broke, too whatever. Meanwhile, people less talented than you are out there winning, not because they're better, but because they didn't hesitate. They didn't give fear space to grow. And you're sitting there watching videos on procrastination instead of, fixing it. So let me give you the brutal truth. You don't need more time. You don't need more motivation. You need more starts. Start ugly. Start scared. Start unprepared. Start anyway. Because the second you start, you're already ahead of the version of you who didn't. Now, don't get it twisted. This isn't a magic bullet. The 3-second rule won't make you perfect. You'll still mess up. You'll still get distracted. You'll still binge Netflix when you swore you wouldn't. But here's the difference. Every time you count down and move, you prove to yourself that you can act. You collect evidence that you're not just a dreamer, you're a doer. And that identity shift, that's priceless. Because once you start seeing yourself as someone who acts, procrastination stops being your identity. Let me ask you this. How many more days are you going to waste waiting for the right moment? How many more mornings are you going to scroll in bed saying I'll start later? Later is a lie. It always has been. So stop buying into it. Stop lying to yourself. Stop handing more future to tomorrow like it's some magical fairy godmother. The only moment you have is right now. And right now, you've got 3 seconds. So here's your challenge. Next time you think, I should do X, don't say it, don't plan it, don't debate it. Count down 3, 2, 1, move. Send the email. Open the book. Put on the shoes. Start the damn task. Do it ugly. Do it clumsy. Do it scared, but do it. Because if you don't, you'll keep living the same recycled year. You'll keep mistaking busy for progress. You'll keep saying someday until someday becomes never. But if you do, if you actually honor those 3 seconds, your life will shift. Not in a week, not in a year, immediately. Because every action you take rewires your brain for more action. That's how change happens, not with grand plans, but with tiny, fearless starts. Look, I'm not here to sprinkle fake optimism on you. I'm not saying you've got this. I'm saying you could have this if you stop wasting your seconds. So I'll end it like this. The next time procrastination whispers later, you've got 3 seconds to shut it up. Tick, tock, move.